Canto 11. Byzantium. As love grants starstruck maids immortal youth, when poets pluck a pen and from two hearts siphon the breadth of beauty, bears its truth, pouring an airy music through the parts. The Roman East, Constantinople's keep, its legions far released, once more the West to reap. This was a golden age for Greece and the ghosts of Pericles, when freedom from Latin release, fueling philosoph degrees, when old Aegean swims in peace, an empire overseas, a flying rival of that classic past. Alas, Justinian must breathe his last. The tough offspring of each bare skin that laid the world once low, round Etna spin, then Rome re-win, back resting Carthago, from lions' lairs force legionnaires and push them from the Po. Europa 580. Christianitas. A long road ruined, the vicar of Christ treads patiently until God leads him home. To a derelict bastion enticed, those silted squares and jilted walls of Rome. In this sweet place a cult of saints begun, spills penitence through grace for murdering his son. Angels leave that angel centre. Agents leave that angel centre, wielding the growing gospel. Some reach the Franks of Lutetia, they'd won that town through battle. Others harry Hibernia, and serpentry dispel. Some preach alone along the Pictish shore, like beacons of Iona and Lismore. Christ may have claimed the wild Britons, but Britain torn in twain, as those Saxons feel as pagans o'erran the Celtic plain, till St. Augustine mounts the cross in Athelbert's domain. Kent 597. Islamica. In pagan Mecca was man mountain born, through meditations in the Heron cave, from heaven's will Quranic verses shown, but shunned from town with condescending wave. In Medina his righteousness perceived, those who pray to Allah by paradise received. While Mechanese rode to rid the deserts of this prophet, defensive actions made valid by visions of Mahomet, that for a decade far outdid all rivals threat by threat. Then with an empire flowing far and wide, Islam's first imam cleansed at Kaiba died. Those men who tasted this divine holler up a sandstorm, drive Byzantine from Palestine, Damascus make their home. Then from the holy city quit whole papistry to Rome. Jerusalem 638. Nippon. As Allah and Jehovah have enchased the Western world with civilizing light, the presence of the Buddha bubble-faced, enthused with life this Chinese satellite, ascends Nippon, thine emperor Jimnu, descended from the sun, god Amaterasu. Spirits sheltered by Shinto shields, poised proud as sitting vulture, peasantry working paddy fields, plants rice crops for the future. Clan unity and kingship brings long seed time of culture, when scattered settlements conflate and flow into an oriental Jericho. The apple blossom Japanese map out their first city. Progressive breeze, royal decrees admit a monastery and university to study King Kong Koyaki. Nara 710. March of Islam. This endless swirl of eternal jihad, sworn duty in the Prophet's sacred name, demeaning all the worships as bad. Serve Allah or be consumed by hellflame. As warring ants invade a termite's nest, Islamic Oliphants lord north, south, east and west. Galloping trade routes through Persia reach Kabul and Samarkand, filling Nile's rain fertile delta, spilling blood on Tunis sand. Fleets launch forth from North Africa towards the promised land, that earthly paradise of gold and grain. The Saracens are spreading into Spain. And city builds of pretty bricks, all culture through it flows. Grecian classics, medicine, physics, chess pieces, suites of prose, and Methavita's mosque of pillars massed in classy rows. Cordoba, 751. Monjoie. Great Charlemagne has claimed the Frankish throne. The seat of Christ is his too long sustain. His blows prodigious beyond Rhine and Rhone bring empires bristling to his sapphires train. Firm by his side, valiant Count Roland, first lion of the pride, Durendal in his hand. Great Charlemagne a palm's breadth drew, his node joyeux for glory. Nobles from Normandy, Poitou, Maine, Gascony, Picardy, Touraine, Flanders, Guienne, Anjou, and pretty Brittany traverse the ancient vales of Roncesvalles, Spain's deli-tested leagues unpeeled below. What a battle is upon us, twixt Christian and Moor, when beauteous Spanish passes turn wretched scenes of war, when felled knights decomposing, food for slugs and nuzzling war. Pyrenees 778. La Chansons du Roland. For France must Father Carolingia fly. Roland commands his rearguard curtal axe. This is a day on which brave men must die. A stuttering to its stunning climax, swarmed pagans flow. Count Roland, blow thy horn! Such act would shame me so. We face the foe alone. They fought among the dull-hued stones, dragon faces, arrow or flame, when many splintering emir bones knew briefly Durendal's name. That field a symphony of moans, winning eternal fame. Only the master of the Franks still stands, seizing his Oliphant with slimy hands. Riffs of haunting thunders resound. For 50 leagues or more, Charles turns around the battleground, a charnel house of gore that forms the ghostly frontier of a long religious war. Roncesvalles 778. Carolingia. On Christmas Day was crowned great Charlemagne, King Conqueror. Far from his cradle birth, he raised the triumph on a Caesar's train, his armies birds in sky and trees on earth. Holy empire on pagan planet one, for whom his seed shall sire a perfect, spotless son. This pious Louis took a wife, all the angels deemed her good, then with the conjuring of life protected the regal blood. Each wise as Rome, each fair as Fife, each strong as Flemish wood, each gathered by their father's dying bed. He drew them close and choking Flemmer said, none of ye shall be emperor, but each a realm shall reign. Italia, Germania, the Franks and Aquitaine. Friction on such division stood, fought out on blood-fraught plain. Aachen, 843. Vikings. Those crow-dark, host swift, Norse-driven dragons, bow keen, wave-cleaving, crossing western sea, quaffing culdy blood from frothing flagons, fills Albin coast with hosts of empery. Highlands, islands, newfound Norwegian fjords, neutralised through violence, mace, battle axe and swords. Berserker kingdoms thrust their span when trusted to gods of war. Yon Lindisfarne, the Isle of Man, all along the picture's shore, raising a gaze on Athelstan, blood eagles to the fore. As days of village pillaging are past, they these traders now intend the raid to last. So rampage through Northumbria and down to Watling Street, East Anglia and Mercia, low whittled with defeat. How long afore these Saxon kings are conquered to complete? Sancti Edmundestau 880.